the witch's road. So hi world, welcome to my channel and welcome to Agatha All Along, episode 4 of season 1 review and breakdown and theories and whatever else there is to add because I talk about everything. So let's dissect this episode, which is, girl, one of the best. I mean, I could say this in every week. Like literally one of the best. Like I could say this in every week. Every episode is a banger. You know what other show is like that? WandaVision. Yes. WandaVision. So it's from the same creators, so it makes sense. They should just do everything in the Marvel universe. No? Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I agree with myself. What does that agree? Anyway, the voices. Ciao, what's going on? Anyway, let's start because I got some notes. And this is as I usually do. I watch the episode by myself. I want to enjoy the episode. Also, if I had an editor, it would be easier for, just to have someone to edit an episode because the episode it's harder to edit. So I'll totally do it, but myself, and I already have a lot of videos to do for Patreon and YouTube and whatever. So I don't want to add that to my pile. And a review is just me talking, so it's easier. So I enjoy the episode for myself, and then because I watch a lot of reactions, and I was just watching a reaction to the episode, I don't take the notes during the episode. I take the notes when I'm watching like a reaction, because then it's like they cut the episode to what they think it's the most important, which is usually what is most important, because the channel I watch, their interests are like aligned with mine, if you will. Like the things they think it's important, I think it's important. So it's also easier for me, I'm watching the reaction, so I take notes of the episode and remind myself of what happened and everything. So yeah, so the episode starts with the curse, right? I don't usually watch the previously on, but it's Agatha. So I just want the more content I have, I want to see it. So this episode I saw the previously on, and they were talking a lot about Jesus. I didn't point out the name. Oh my God, I'm such a bad reviewer. Literally, this episode was all about her, and I didn't point out her name. Am I good? Wait, her name is Alice. Is it Alice? I feel like it's Alice. Agatha. Oh Jesus, Agatha All Along cast. The episode was all about her. They didn't say her name once. Oh Jesus, Lord, fix it. It is Alice. See, I knew it. See, subconsciously, I knew it. So that's fine. So Miss Alice is a protector witch. So she knows the spells about protection, which in a way I do think it's weird, because can't all witches do the same magic? Like, couldn't Agatha do a protection spell? Would she be considered a protection witch? Or are they just more specialized in the subject, I guess? Especially because it's like a generational thing. So the whole family is like that. So yeah, maybe they know certain spells that no other witch knows, and that's what makes them specific to that craft. Yeah, maybe that's it. So imagine my surprise when, like the protection witches had a curse. So they protect. Oh shit. Oh my God, what is happening on this video? Let me close the pen. I don't need it open. So they protect other witches, is that it? Or humans or whatever? I still don't know how that works. Like, who do they protect? But let's just say witches. Wouldn't they be the best to put a curse on? Not to the person that put the curse, but for them. Like, they are protection witches. They know protection spells. So if someone puts a curse on them, they already know how to protect themselves. Isn't that kind of like a giveaway? Like, they already know how to protect themselves, so the curse is not going to do anything. But, I mean, I guess for the plot, they had to say that the curse was affecting them, and it killed the grandmother and the mother, and it was supposed to kill her, but her mother made the song, which I'll talk about. Let me not get ahead of myself. But they are protection witches, so why is the curse affecting them? Just make a protection spell. What's not clicking? But anyway, I was so confused. Then they were talking about, obviously, Mrs. Hart. She's dead. Passed away. Moved on. Well, I don't think she moved on. I think she would have a vendetta against Agatha. But she passed away. Oh, she passed away? Oh, all right. So they were talking about the song and what the song, like, who do they need for the Witch's Road? And I talked this about in the other review, which is like, Teen is on the road, but he's supposedly not part of the coven because he wasn't part of the spell on the other episode. And so if he's not part of the coven, why is in the Witch's Road? But then again, Mrs. Hart was too, and she was not part of the coven. So, I mean, I guess once you open the door to the road, you can take anyone you want, I guess. But that's not the point. The point is that they were talking about the song, and Jen said that the song said coven true, right? So you need the coven to access and survive the Witch's Road. But then Agatha was saying it's coven 2. And then Alice asked her how many people survived when Agatha first went on the road. And she said 2 people. So, I mean, we all have a lot of questions about when Agatha went on the road. But who did she survive with? Oh, wait, it's just now clicking. It's just now clicking. Did she survive with Rio? It's just now clicking. Did she survive with Rio? Because Rio can't die. Because she's deaf. Obviously, I mean, spoiler alert. But she's deaf, and this episode confirmed it. Because I got spoiled because of the Funko Pops. But yeah, obviously, Tin is weakened, and Rio is deaf. So yeah. But I feel like, yeah, that was a giveaway. But because it was too obvious, I was kind of hoping, damn. I was kind of hoping it wasn't true, but you know, like, it's fine. Now I just want to, because I know it's true now, I want to see how they develop into him being weakened. But again, let me not get ahead of myself. So she went into the road and she survived the road with another person. So I want to know who that other person is. But yeah, it could be Rio. That's true. And then they needed a green witch. So they summoned a witch. First of all, how can they summon someone into the road? Like, I mean, I guess they as a coven, they open the door as a coven, right? So if they can take whoever they want into the road, like Teen and Mrs. Hart, it kind of makes sense that they could summon a witch. But imagine if it wasn't Rio that show up. Imagine if it was just some other person. Wouldn't that person be confused? They would be like, who summoned me? Why the fuck am I here? That person now would be in danger because the road is dangerous. So that witch that they summoned would be in danger. So if I was that witch, I would be upset. I'm like, y'all, I didn't ask for this. Y'all just called me and I just came here. Or does the witch need to answer? I don't know. But anyway, Rio was the one that appeared. Coincidence? Of course not. Duh. It's Aubrey. She's part of the cast. But yeah, she said she was in the neighborhood. So she was lurking. And she is after Agatha, which I still don't get it. Why does she want to fight Agatha? She said she can't kill her. It's not allowed. So why does she still want to fight her? I don't know. But yeah. So she said she was in the neighborhood. Whatever. She was spying on them. And the way she came in, breaking all the bones, you know, reminiscent of Scarlet Witch, Multiverse of Madness, when she came out of the mirror dimension. Right? Right. But yeah. And then, I mean, they said, so you're a green witch? And she said, not a. I'm the green witch. Like the demon voice. Girl. A girl. So is she, I mean, because she is death. So death is an entity that, takes the souls of people that die, right? So I feel like that's pretty straightforward. But I don't know. But is she kind of a demon technically? I don't think she is like a demon, but I mean, they said demon voice, but it's like, it's just a distorted voice. But yeah, I mean, I guess she could be like a demon of some sorts, whatever. And then they went into obviously the next house. So in the other episode, we also saw the house from afar, but it was like the scenery was different. But now it's like it looked kind of like the same house, but just a different CGI. a different ambiance around the house, but the house looked the same. Shut up before I put a curse on you, bitch. Don't test me. So yeah, they went into the house, and again, I was so glad that like we continue with the theme of like WandaVision, the aspect ratio changing, the outfits changing, and it looks so good. They look the fuck good. Yeah, I love that. And then yeah, they were talking, and then Lilia had a vision, and so first of all, I want to say, can they stop doing that in shows when they know what's happening, but they still ask about it, and they're still confused? Because Lilia is a divination witch, right? She said she was having visions or whatever. She has premonitions, whatever. So she just says things out of the blue. But every time that has been happening, they get confused. Because she said, Alice don't. She said, Alice don't. And she was talking to Alice. But obviously you could tell that that was not a part of the conversation they were having. It was just a vision that she had on the spot, or a premonition. But Alice was like still confused, and she's like, don't what? And she said, don't what? And it's like, girl, it was a premonition, so it's something that's gonna happen. Hello? Like, I feel like that was pretty obvious. So I don't know why she acted confused, but whatever. And then in the last episode, she said, we gotta try and save Agatha, or you gotta try and save Agatha. So I'm gonna point out the premonitions to see what's gonna happen. But she said, Alice, don't. So maybe Alice is gonna try and blast Agatha with her magic, because then Agatha can take her magic. So what if she's gonna try and blast Agatha, and Lily is gonna be like, Alice, don't. And then something's gonna happen to Agatha, and they have to try and save her, or they are gonna try and save her. I don't know. Because it's also not clear if the vision is what Lilia is saying to someone else, or is someone else saying to someone else. You know what I mean? Like, she said, Alice, don't. But is Lilia in the future gonna be speaking to Alice? Or is she saying something that someone else is gonna say? You know? Because it could be Jen talking to Alice, but Lilia is just repeating what Jen said. But it also could be Lilia speaking to Alice, so she's just repeating what she herself said, but like in the future. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's even the Agatha thing. Is Lilia gonna be the one to deliver that line, or does that line belong to someone else? Does that make sense? But anyway, then, girl, we got confirmation of the lesbians. Come on, we got the lesbians, girl, finally. And not just, like a little queer baiting here and there, and maybe they're hitting on something. No, bitch, they actually said it. They're like, business and pleasure, bitch. That, girl, I love that so much. And I'm not a lesbian. But I'm a part of the LGBT community, so I do love my gays. So yeah, I can you tell I was happy to know about that information, girl? And then, yeah, not only business and pleasure. So they fucked and they killed people. Because I saw on TikTok, someone said that Agatha would steal witches' magics, and then Rio would kill people, but Rio can't kill people. So one of the rules of death, if you don't know, I saw it on TikTok, is that death can't kill people because it's like this. So death is aware of when everyone's gonna die, right? So if I'm gonna die 2 weeks from now, death can kill me because it would be out of order in a sense. Like she would have to wait 2 weeks because that's when it will happen, right? So she couldn't kill me before my date because it would be out of balance. It wouldn't be allowed in a way. She can't take a life before its time. You know what I mean? She can only take the soul when that person is supposed to die. So Agatha actively taking people's magic or even killing other witches, she's actually killing them. So Rio can't kill people before their time, but Agatha can. So if Agatha kills somebody, Rio can take their soul and their body because Agatha killed them, even if it's before their time. So Rio can't do that herself, but Agatha can. You know, if she kills somebody, it doesn't matter when they were supposed to die. Agatha just killed them. So, yeah. But Rio can't do that. So, Agatha was killing people and Rio was taking the bodies. And then they were having sex. Who's to say, right? And then, yeah, Teen got stabbed when they were doing the song. And first of all, I love that we got to hear the song again. And it was a different iteration. I loved it so much. It was like the band and they're playing the vocals. Alice's vocals. Oh my God, she could sing. She has the pipes. But yeah, even before, I think that was before the song when he got blasted through the window. I saw that he got blasted, but I didn't realize he got stabbed. When they were singing the song and they cut to him and it showed like a little sparkly thing, I was like, what is that? Does he have something in his pocket? And then I even went back to look at it again. And I'm like, I don't understand. What is that supposed to be? And only now that I was watching the reaction to the episode is that I realized he got stabbed when he went through the glass. And then they played the song and he had that in him. And then, yeah, then he passed out. I didn't realize that he got stabbed when he got thrown through the glass, whatever. And then the ballad being a protection spell. So like I said in the beginning, they had a curse. And so her mother did a protection spell because they're protection witches. I feel like that's pretty easy, right? But the way they said it is that her mother, every time she played the song, it was a protection spell, right? And so her fans were the coven because everyone was singing the song. So like they made the song popular. But in a way, it doesn't make sense because the fans aren't witches. Maybe there could be like some witches in the fandom, but not everybody would be witches. But I mean, I guess. But then another thing that was like confusing is that they sang the song and then destroyed the curse. Like Alice killed the demon. So why didn't her mother singing the song kill the demon too? Like, if it was a protection spell, it's supposed to protect you from the curse. Her mother sang the song and it was making the curse not affect Alice. Sure, because it's protecting her. And then Agatha said, someone out there singing the song is actively protecting you. So the fans that are still singing the song, they're protecting Alice from the curse. So it's an active thing. Every time someone sings a song, so it doesn't matter if they're witches or not, it protects her. But why didn't it destroy her? And why them singing the song on the witch's road destroy the demon? Why didn't all of the people that are fans of her mother singing the song destroy it before? I think it would be more people, right? There would be more fans. They're just like 5 people in the coven. So why did it destroy it now? That's why I'm confused. But maybe because they are in the witch's row and it's like magic, so they were like, okay, sure, that's the challenge, so we gotta do the challenge. So the challenge is to kill the demon, so they did it. I guess, yeah. And then yeah, it was an ugly ass demon. I literally just put that ugly demon. Listen, I don't get scared easily, and I saw a lot of TV shows and a lot of movies and whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, but that was a fucking scary demon. That, like, his face was actually scary. I was like, oh, don't put the camera on him again. Just don't. Don't do it. And then obviously they get the exit, whatever, and then he got stabbed. He passed out. Agatha was worried because she thinks it's Nicholas. And then Jen did the magic, and so I thought she did the magic because then Lilia said, "Jen, look at what you did," and I was like, "What do you mean?" She saved them, okay, but what do you mean? What did she do? And then I was like, "Oh, she did magic. She did the spell. She did the incantation. She said the spell, and she kind of did the little potion, the little magic thing." And I was like, she wasn't supposed to have magic because she was bound. So how is she doing magic? But then I was watching the reaction, and the way they took it was that Lilia said that because she saved Teen's life. It was like, oh, look at what you did. You saved his life. You know? But I thought it was because of the magic. Because she said the spell, she said the incantation. But I mean, I guess technically that's considered witchcraft, right? Because she also did the spell on the other episode. She put the ingredients, she said the spell, and then she made the potion. So technically that's not magic per se. It's more of like witchcraft. It's more potion-esque. And so I thought she was actually using magic and maybe the bound that she had on her maybe disappeared. But no, maybe, yeah, it's because she saved them. I really thought, yeah, but no, yeah, actually thinking of the other episode, she did do the potion too. Yeah, so maybe that was just because she saved his life. But yeah, and then she was talking about when they were in the fireplace. That was such a cute moment. Them telling each other's, stories and telling their scars. Like, that was so cool. And Lilia having a vampire bite. Bye. That was so funny. But yeah, Jen was talking about the trap that she was in, that someone called her and they wanted her to teach something, whatever. And then it was a trap to take away her powers. But she kept saying he. Again, she kept saying he, but didn't say who he was. And I still think it could be Mephisto. But I don't know. I don't know who it could be. Because if they specifically targeted her, it could be something personal. So it could be someone that Jen knows. And so her saying he is because it's someone that she knows. But maybe we don't know as an audience, or it's not important to the show, or it's going to be important in the future, in later episodes. And she's going to say, because she kept referring to him as he and like really putting emphasis on he. So I feel like it is going to be important, kind of. I do feel like it could be Mephisto because she did mention him in the other episode. And then Teen wakes up, and then Agatha says more information. The sigil works both ways. And at that point, I was a little more convinced that it could be Nicholas. Because in a way, I kind of wanted it to be. And the way she was acting all worried, I kind of wanted it to be Nicholas. But... And the way the sigil works is that it works both ways. So she wouldn't know that she put the sigil on him. So, it would be perfect. It could literally be him and she wouldn't know, And then she said that the sigil ends when it's no longer needed. And this is going to be relevant because of the information that we got when the episode ended, like literally the last thing. It was like a mini cliffhanger. But yeah, before that, Rio did say that she loved Agatha, and she had to do something for her job that she didn't want to do, and it hurt that person. And so that's another thing that I was like too obvious for it to be happening, which was Agatha giving away her child for the Darkhold. I was like, this is too obvious. This is like the reputation. This is like what everyone thinks that happened, right? So it's not gonna be that. If that's what everyone thinks happened, then it's not going to be that. Because that's the most obvious. They're not going to go with the obvious, you know? So what I got from that is that she had to take Nicholas, Agatha's child, because he died. He probably died like prematurely or something, right? Because Rio can't kill. So Rio wouldn't kill Agatha's baby, right? She only took him and she said, I had to do something for my job. Her job is to take the souls of people that are going to die or that already died, right? So if Agatha's child dies like prematurely or died as a baby, then Rio has to come in and take the body and take the soul of Nicholas. So that's probably what happened. I knew she didn't trade Nicholas for the Darkhold. That would have made sense of who Agatha is. Like, she would never trade her baby. She must have gotten the Darkhold after that. She was in the dark period. She got the Darkhold, and then she hid behind the dark magic to not have to suffer for losing her son. And then she got upset at Rio because Rio took her. Because also Rio, I saw it on TikTok that death can bring people back to life, but it's not like allowed. You know, it's also like a violation or whatever. So Agatha was probably mad at Rio that she has to take the body of a child. And Rio, obviously, like, she can't do anything because it's her job. So she has to do it. She has no other choice. And so they just drifted away after that, I'm guessing. And then she said Teen is not Agatha's child. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Because if Rio took Nicholas, because that's what she was referring to when they were talking in the fireplace, and it hurt Agatha, Teen couldn't be Nicholas. Because if she took him, it means that Nicholas died. So it couldn't be Teen, because she can't bring people back. So that's gotta be Wiccan. And then because of the sigil, and Agatha saying that it ends when it's no longer needed, it means that they're probably going to get to the end of the Witch's Road. And who is it going to be there? Wanda. And then the sigil ends because they got to the end of the Witch's Road, because that's what Wanda brought Teen. I don't know how they're going to do that. I hope it's Wanda related. It gotta be, because he's gonna be Wiccan, right? Yeah, it gotta be. So they get to the end of the Witch's Road. The sigil disappears. They find Wanda. Because if the sigil works both ways, and Wanda put, I just don't know how she would get Billy. Like, Billy supposedly died, so I don't know how she got Billy back. But maybe because she was on the road. So maybe Wanda went to the Witch's Road after Multiverse of Madness. She doesn't need a coven or an incantation to get into the road, so she can just get in. What she wants most is her children. So, and the child that she has that has magic is Billy. So she gets Billy and Tommy back because she's on the Witch's Road, and she gets what she wants the most, which is her children. She sends Billy back to the universe, to 616 universe, to the main universe. She sends him, she puts the sigil on him, knowing that it's going to hide his identity, and it's going to hide, because she also forgets. So she's going to forget Billy, but if she still has Tommy, then Tommy can remember Billy. So then he can remember Wanda, that Billy exists, right? Because if the sigil works both ways, Wanda is going to forget too. But if Tommy is there, then Tommy can remember Wanda, can help her remember. And so then she sends Billy to get Agatha, break her from the spell, bring her to the Witch's Road so they can get reunited, and so that Agatha can help Wanda. And maybe give her Nicholas? You know? And so when they get to the end of the Witch's Road and Wanda and Tommy are there, the sigil disappears and he remembers that that's his mother. Wanda is his mother. Wow, I'm so smart. Oh my God. But yeah, that's it for the episode. And then we ended on, the little cliffhanger, her saying that it's not Nicholas. And like I said, There were two obvious things. It could be Nicholas. It could be Billy. It's both of them are really obvious, especially the way Agatha was worrying about Teen. Both of them were really obvious. So yeah, it was just a matter of seeing which one it was gonna be. But yeah, it's Billy. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. Where we're going next episode. I don't want to watch the trailers for the episode. Just want to go in kind of blind a little to the episodes. So I don't know what the next episode is gonna be about. But yeah, I'm interested to see then what else we're gonna see of Agatha and Rio. If we're gonna see any flashback. If we're gonna see more of Nicholas. If we're gonna see Wanda. If we're gonna see that he's really Billy. Because he hasn't used his magic yet, but in the trailer, it's supposedly his magic was like blue. So he is going to use his magic. There was a scene on the trailer, because I reacted to the trailer on the channel, where Agatha was like with her hands on his head. So maybe she was in his mind trying to find the memories. So maybe she's going to find out. So yeah, a lot of stuff. This is a long video. This episode had a lot of information, a lot of stuff. So this is a lot of talking. But yeah, definitely let me know all your thoughts on this episode, your thoughts on the show, your theories for the future. Let me know everything down below. Let's talk in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next week for the review of episode 5. So yeah, bye.